G'day guys, Luke here. Welcome back to another video. And today guys, we're doing the Reptile update for October 2022. Before the video gets started, I'll still do it the old fashioned way of showing the animal how they've been doing, and I'll show off the enclosure. Let me know guys in the comments down below if you prefer me to keep doing that way, or you just want to see the animal and just move on so it doesn't take 20 minutes. It might take me, I don't know, 15. I am planning on doing new setup videos in the future, probably next year. However, just let me know in the comments down below if you prefer what it is at the moment, or do you want me to try to change things up a bit, see what works for both myself and you guys on the internet. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. Now, we'll start with Suey's enclosure. Now, I'm not going to get Suey out. I'll put a photo of her up so you guys know what she looks like. Now, Suey here is my sand swimmer. She's currently stressed out at the moment, so I do not want to disturb her any more than I have to. She's housed in a 2-foot enclosure. In the enclosure itself, we've got a heat pad, good amount of sand for her to burrow through, 2 hides, got a fake plant and a water dish. However, she's smashing food and doing quite well. However, she does not like to be touched nor handled. Each time I do that, she either poos on me, bites me, or basically does both. So that is Suey. Her neighbour now is still Rosie. I just swapped him around for a bit. So Rosie here is my little Reptile monitor. He's doing fantastic, guys. Smashing food. He's actually getting more used to being handled. And if I hold him long enough, he actually falls asleep in my hand. So that's very cute of him. And it's great to see developing that trust with me. So he's housed in a 3-foot enclosure. We've got 5 hides in there. So he's not short on options. Sands the substrate. Got a fake plant there. Water bowl. His heat light. And his UV light. So these are actually new. They only came out recently. So this is from Get Your Pet Right. Now this is actually an LED UV light, and I've been told they should last about 4 years. So I've got a few of them and test them out and see how they perform, and basically leave a review for the company, as well as share it with you guys so you know what else is on the market. So I thought that was interesting to show off, and let's see how they perform, guys. Let's see what happens in 4 years, eh? However, back to Rosie. Still going well. Now, come down here to the diva of the reptile room, Akko. Now, Akko here is my Eastern War Dragon. She's quite funny. Some days she wants to come out, play, get her cuddles or even her scratch. But today she's giving me the silent treatment. I got Crystal out earlier and she gets jealous each time I play with Crystal. Otherwise, she's just been doing normal stuff. She'll bask, watch TV, do War Dragon things. She's housed in a 4-foot enclosure. I am thinking of upgrading her, just got to find out a way of doing it, or trying to design an enclosure that works for her and me. So in her in her enclosure, we've got coconut fibre as a substrate, a couple of pieces of wood for her to bask on, her hide, a couple of branches for her to climb up on, heating UV, her hammock. We've got her backing, water dish, fake plant, couple of rocks, food bowl. And her diva sign, she's kind of knocked out of the way a little bit. But yeah, she's giving me the silent treatment now. Thanks, Akko. Right, next up is Diablo. He's housed in a 2-foot enclosure. So in the enclosure itself, we've got his backing, which I've incorporated a cave into it so he can hide in that. There are a couple of branches in here to climb up on. 2 hides down the bottom, along with a fake plant and a water dish. And the substrate that I use is coconut fibre. He's just sleeping in here at the moment. There he is. Still not eating. So, but he will start eating again soon as it's starting to warm up. Now, Diablo, he shares a light strip and a heat pad with Aaron and Caesar, who are one of 2 breeding pairs of children pythons that I've got going this year. Oh, here you go. Akko started a hand wave and head bob. You gotta do it? There you go. Miss attitude. So, same size enclosure. Before we get to these 2, got a backing, water bowl, nest box, substrate, couple of rocks, couple of fake plants, and like I said, they share a heat pad and a light strip with Diablo. So here's Aaron and Caesar. So Aaron is this brown one here. Now both of them are going into shed, and as well Aaron is gravid, so do not want to stress her out too much. She's developing eggs, becoming a mother again, well, hopefully again this season. And this one here's Caesar, who's the boyfriend, also going to the shed. And he's usually quite protective of her, so The less time I'm in there harassing them, the less chance of him coming out and trying to bite me. Trying to lock that cage one-handed, it's not fun. There we go. We'll shuffle along. Didn't leave much space for me to get through. Anyway, housing this 3-foot enclosure, we've got Superstar and Graham, who are 2 blonde spider pythons, the eldest snakes, or eldest reptiles I should say, in the family, both coming up to be 13 at the end of the year. So in the enclosure, guys, we've just got a display light, heat light, backing, 3 hides, a couple pieces of wood, a fake plant, a branch for them to climb up on, a rock to help their shed the skin, a substrate, nice big water dish that can pretty much soak in if they need to, and the 2 girls themselves. Okay, this is not fun. So this one here, where my thumb is, that's Graham, the one who's just poked her head out saying hello, and the other one below is Superstar. Now Superstar is older than Graham by 1 month, exactly to the day, 1 month. But however, they're still 2 beautiful girls. Superstar's still smashing food like she always does. Graham should be coming back onto food soon. Starting to warm up here in Australia, so hopefully Graham starts in again and put some weight on. She's like half the weight of Superstar, which is funny as. Anyway, we'll move on. We come up here to Crystal, who is my pygmy beard dragon and Akko's biggest rival in the reptile room. Yes, I said rival Akko, get over it. Now Crystal here is housed in a 2-foot enclosure. In her enclosure I've got a heat globe, UV, her backing. She's got a couple ornaments in here for to sit on, her hide, food bowl, water bowl, and very fine sand as a substrate. She's still sleepy, so I was able to drag her sleepy head out of the hide this morning with a super worm. So hopefully she stays out more often now as it's warm again, and she stops being a little bit lazy. Oh well, she takes after me, I suppose. Next up, we'll go to her neighbour, who is Pedro, the pink-tongued skink. Same size enclosure, set up a little differently. So we've got coconut fibre as the substrate. We've got a backing, a couple of sticks for him to climb up on, a couple of fake plants, coconut fibre as a substrate, 2 hides, a heat pad, one of those new LED UVBs up there. So he should be in here. Yes, hey Pedro. Here you go, big fella. Gummy buddy. He doesn't like to be handled as well, and he's more happy just to not show his beautiful little face. Hey, handsome. Hey, you doing well? Or you're trying to turn around and bite me? I think he wants to think about that. So we're popping back in, letting him sleep, as he's more of a nocturnal species himself. It's funny, he only eats maybe 2-3 times, and then he'll go off food for like a month. Eats again 2-3 times, and then goes off it again. So he is a funny bugger. Rightio. Up here in this 3-foot enclosure, we've got Emma and Zilla, who are 2 other breeding pairs of children pythons. Before we get to them, the enclosure. So we've got this display light up there, got a backing, fake plant, 2 hides, a nest box. We've got this water bowl, substrate, and a branch for them to climb up on. These are the 2 parents I'm hoping they have more babies again this year. We actually got 2 babies from last season I've kept back, as they're just stunning little babies, and I thought, it was my first time, I need to keep a couple. So Emma is the one who's looking directly at us. He's the proud father. While Zora, her little head's just behind him. She's much shy. Emma's smashing food. Azura's going off food because of winter, but she might start eating again. And hopefully she develops eggs as well. So at the end of the day, it's up to them, or up to her really, if she wants to lay eggs. Emily's done his bit. It's just up to Zula really. If they don't lay eggs, it doesn't matter. I love them regardless. Now, however, if they do have eggs, the babies we're hoping to get will something similar to this. Now, this one here's not technically mine. This baby he's actually bred from Amazula, but it's going to a friend of mine once it starts eating on his own again. So he's poking his little head out there at the moment, but I do not want to disturb him too much. However, we'll disturb his 2 bigger siblings. We'll go to little Chewbacca first. Hello, pretty snake. I'm sorry, come here. So, Valentino and Chewbacca are housed in 1-foot enclosures. Paper towel as the bedding for the time being while they're little. They share a heap pad with their neighbour, so Chewbacca, he shares his heap pad with his other sibling, while Valentino, he shares it with Charcoal, who we'll both get to in a moment. So here's Chewbacca. Now the reason why I kept him is because he's got a very interesting pattern which follows about halfway down his back, all the way down to his tail. There's a stripe that follows his spine, which I find quite fascinating. So in the enclosure as well, sorry, I got off track a little bit. It's got 2 hides, a water dish, and a branch for them to climb up on. So let's say hi to Valentino. Now Valentino is more the hungrier one, so he might try and bite my fingers. Now I know where he is. He's underneath the paper towel. Hey buddy, can I say hi? Hello. Yep, he's hungry. Oh, there you go. Hello buddy, yes, you're hungry. Can you let go? Thank you. So Valentino, I kept because he was actually the firstborn. He was born on Valentine's Day this year. So I've got 2 snakes in the family that were born on Valentine's Day. So that's little Valentino. To be honest, I should have swapped the names around because Chewbacca's more of the sweetheart. While, as you know, just then, Valentino bit me and kind of gave me a bit of a chew. Oh well, you get that, don't you? So those are the babies that I'll keep him hopefully the rest of their lives. Otherwise, if something drastic happens, then I might have to go to new families. But I'm not planning on that. Now, the neighbour to Valentino is a very brave gecko in the name of Charcoal. Now, Charcoal, he is my eastern spiny-tailed gecko. Just got to find him. He's housed in a 1-foot enclosure, stands to the substrate, shares a heap pad with Valentino, like I said. Got a few branches for him to climb up on, a water dish in the back, and his hide, which he should be in. Here he is. Hey buddy! Let's get you into sight. Of course, the camera's out of focus. He's actually such a cool little gecko. He actually doesn't mind to be handled, but when you do get him out, he's a bit of a cheeky bugger. Still, love him lots. He's crazy, in a way like me. Right, we'll go down below and say hello to the first blue tongue of the video. Showing her butt, really. So in here, we've got Billy. Now, Billy is one of 4 blue tongues in the family. Hey, Billy, you want to say hi? Here she is. So, she's an eastern blue tongue, like Blue and Bo, who we'll see in a moment. She's doing fantastic, smashing food, loving life. When I first got her, she was almost pretty much on the verge of death. But thanks to the brilliant work of Mum fattening her up, Billy has become the monstrous little blue tongue that she's now. So, she's housed in a 3.5-foot enclosure. In the enclosure itself, she's got a heap pad underneath the enclosure. We've got a hide, a couple of rocks, her substrate, a couple of fake plants, UVB. We've got a food bowl there. She's pretty much eaten everything today, which is a good thing. And her water bowl. That's young Billy. Now, we'll come up here to say hello to Bo, who is the brother of Bluey, who we get to see in a moment. Hey Bo. Bo's doing well. He's still the sleepyhead that he is. Hopefully he comes out soon and becomes a bit more of a mysterious blue tongue that I know he is. Now I won't go through his setup as it's going to be identical to Bluey's anyway. But before we get to Bluey, we've got to say hello to Blaine. So here's Blaine. Now Blaine is a lowland blotched blue tongue. She's doing awesome, guys. She's gaining more confidence, coming out more and more. She doesn't run to her hides as much as she used to. Still in the 3-foot enclosure, as she's a little runt. So she's got heat globe, UV, 2 hides that she can go to feel secure, a couple of rocks for her to get on top of one of her hides, a fake plant, water bowl, food bowl, and a substrate. Right, down here, we've got Bluey, the last of the blue tongues. So he's housed in a 4-foot enclosure, same with Bo and Monty, who we see in a second. In the enclosures, guys, they've got a heat globe, UV, they've got a backing, a hide, a couple of fake plants, a couple of rocks in there to help them get on top and get down off their hides, substrates, their coconut fibre, food bowl, and water bowl. And we say hello to Bluey. Hey Bluey. He was out a moment ago, he's getting tired, and he's going back to sleep. However, he's doing awesome, guys. He's obviously getting more active and enjoying life as he should be. Now, someone down here has finally woken up from their winter slumber and he's looking for a girlfriend. However, in the process of doing so, he's destroying his house. Unfortunately, you won't be finding a girlfriend this year, buddy. Maybe next year, if I'm able to, I might get you a girlfriend. So his enclosure, guys, is pretty identical to Blue and Bow's, but it's more of that desert theme backing. It's the only difference, really. So food bowl, water bowl, rocks, fake plant, substrate, and his hide, his heat and UV. However, he's doing awesome, guys. He's just become Mr. Destructor lately. So that's it for this room. We're going to the other room and check out everyone else. Here we are in this second room, guys. I do apologise by the echo and as well the poor audio quality of this video. Microphone played up again. So, like it's a bit late in the video, but I do apologise, guys. So, we'll go here first. We'll start off with Chappie and Orchid, who are finally been put into a 6-foot enclosure that are built from scratch. So we'll say hello to them. Both are doing well. Both have gone off food at the moment, which is interesting because usually Orchid will eat and eat and eat. Chappie, on the other hand, he has gone off food for the past couple of months, so I'm not that surprised, I suppose. But, so by the way, this one here is Chappie. He's the friendly fellow, and Orchid is sitting on top of his head. Now, look at Orchid's body. She's quite a thick snake, so I might have to put her on a diet, or she may be gravid. My best bet is she's starting to develop eggs, so I do not want to disturb them too much. However, if it's just her being a chunky monkey, then she's not on a diet at the end of the year. If she's got eggs, I want to keep the weight on her. That way, she's got basically the fat in the storage to do so she can lay these eggs without any problems. To avoid the glare, guys, I'll shove the camera into the enclosure. So we've got the heat light. Made this backing from scratch as well. They've got a hide down here. Now Orchid never goes down that end. She ever has hardly gone down that end. Chappie, on the other hand, has explored the whole cage. So he's more active of the two, which is okay. So there's a couple of just LED light strips running, not the UV, just normal looking, normal light strips. Water bowl down the other end, and that box there is actually the egg box for Orchid. So hopefully she lays eggs. If not, doesn't matter. She's just on a diet. So that is these two, and I do apologise, guys, about that bird in the background. We've made friends with a butcher bird that comes in the backyard. So yeah, he'll be making noise and kind of ruin the end of this video. However, from one 6-foot enclosure to the other, in this one we've got Ray, who is my Rosenberg Warner. Before we get into her, we'll go through the setup quickly. So heat light, 2 of those LED UVB lights in the enclosure, got a couple of branches for her to climb up on, and backing, a couple of fake plants, water dish, a couple of hides, a couple rocks for her to sit on, which she's using at the moment. Now Ray, she's doing awesome, smashing food, enjoying the enclosure at the moment till she gets too big for it. Her handling, I'm still working on it, guys. The other day she tried and bite me. Now I can tell you, even though she's only half grown, a goanna this size can still flick quite a nasty bite. At my workplace, I've been bitten by a Rosenberg this size, and even still has small they are, they still got a bit of force in those jaws. So there's certainly something I don't want to muck around with. That and her claws are getting really sharp, so I need to file them down a little bit before she turns me into her own pincushion. Otherwise, that's Ray. Above her, we've got Charles and Molly. We'll do Charles first. So both of them are housed in a 3-foot enclosure. This guy's a snappy little bugger. He doesn't like me very much. However, though, he's still smashing food, still growing. He'll be due for an upgrade soon. So in his enclosure, he's got his branch he's sitting on, obviously. His hammock, heat light. He's got his backing, 2 hides, a couple of rocks, water bowl, and his substrate. And he shares a 5-meter normal light strip with Molly and Chris, who we'll get to in a little moment. So Molly here, about a year ago, she had an operation and she's doing just fine. Very food motivated, but she's still the calm jungle carpet python. she is when you get her out of the enclosure. But yeah, she's doing fine. She's got a heat lamp up here, light strip, like I said, just sitting there. She's got a backing, a couple of fake plants, her hide, water bottle, and a substrate. Hey, gorgeous girl, you're doing well. That's good. But 14 miles, we're gonna move on. Now, the next two enclosures are 4 foot in size, and one of them houses Chris, who is my gorgeous black-headed python. How you going, sweetie? Now, she'll be the next one to be upgraded. I just need to save up and get more supplies. Now, Chris here, we were able to measure the other day, and she measures at 7'4". So she's quite a big snake, and she does deserve probably a 6 foot enclosure at least. So we'll do that for her, and hopefully that will do her the rest of her life. So at the moment, she's just in a little 4 foot enclosure. She's fine, but she just needs something a bit bigger, I think. So got her hide there. She's got a secondary hide over here, fake plant, water bowl, her substrate. She's got a heat emitter there to keep her nice and warm, as long with that light strip that she shares with the other two snakes. Now, from Chris to Atrum and Aurelia, who we'll get to in a moment. So they're set up, guys, with, it's the same as 4 foot enclosure. Got a backing, or a couple of backings in there for them. They've got a heat emitter, the LED light strip I've chucked in here as well. See how it goes on these two. As diamond pythons actually require UVB. So let's see how that goes for them, and hopefully keeps them nice and healthy. They've got 5 hides to choose from, a water bowl and a substrate. Now, of course, the both of them decided to go in the same hide. And that butcher bird is driving me insane. Right, so he is Atrum, he's the darker one. And the brighter one underneath him is Aurelia. Now, it's hard to believe, same species, but two complete different personalities. Aurelia is very much shy, keeping it to herself, and she loves her food, but unless you put it right in her face, she doesn't know she's getting fed. Now, Atrum on the other end, he's more of an explorer. He is very interactive towards me and my friends, and he smashes food. Like, as soon as he smells food in the air, he's looking for it straight away. Now I'm going to try and put this hide back over the top of these two and end the video. So that'll be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I do apologise again for the shocking audio and the background noise, but hopefully next month I can get stuff sorted. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in another video.